Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Taylor Jones, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, TC Jones Edits. And for right now, before we get started, if you watch my recent video, Cold Man's Winter Season 2, Episode 1, based on depression, just know that I'd like to say thank you for your support. And for those that didn't watch it, don't worry. The link will be in the description bar down below. But for right now, I present you a brand new episode of Cold Man's Winter, which is episode 2. But what do I want to talk about for this episode? Well, I just got home from work, so I decided to get my act together and make more videos as I said I would, like more than one a week, because so much going on around this society. And for starters, we're just glad that the world, I mean, not the world, I mean, the year is coming to an end because tomorrow will be New Year's Eve. And this is one problem that I have to deal with. Throughout this society, we had a whole lot of issues. Throughout this society, we lost a lot of friends, family members, mentors, teachers, and so much shenanigans been going on for the longest time. So if I had to do a episode of Cold Man's Winter, like what would be a topic? Well, since the year is coming to an end, I would make a episode which is Reflections 2. Now, in my last season, I made on episode 10, the title was Reflections, but this is the sequel, but based on the year 2020. We never thought that we see the day that life was going completely well in the beginning, although we did not hear about the you know what until like late January to mid February, and the shenanigan started rearing its ugly head. This controversy, this demon, it reared its ugly head in the month of March. I remember spending not just 1 week of spring break, but 2. And thanks to that, my spring break in March will be only 2 days. Nothing is getting better as we see it for ourselves. I mean, we witness a whole lot. A lot of people don't give a dang anymore. They don't give a dang about wearing a mask. They don't give a dang about washing their hands. They don't give a dang about backing up. Like, back the heck up. 6 feet. And if you can't stand that, you might as well do 12 feet. Nobody knows how to pay attention to the rules. And all of a sudden, police brutalities, it started affecting African Americans every now and then. I think about all the issues that's been going downhill from the pandemic that's rising like crazy, and now Tennessee is struggling. We are the number one state with the most cases because we don't care much. We're not even trying our best to stay aware of this. But at the same time, that's not the only thing that's been slowing us down. I mean, the year 2020, this whole entire year, we wanted to see a clearer vision because it's like an old thing we made up. 2020 vision, but it's blurry. It's been blurry for 9 months and it got worse. A lot of regrets, a lot of issues, a lot of depression, a lot of suicides, a lot of arrests, a lot of breakups, a lot of turmoil starting to bring us all to a black hole. And there's one thing that my dad said to me that I never forgot. It's based on the fact that we let the devil take our joy. That's because we let them. We're not even trying to overcome this pain, man. It's like it just it's just starting to build up every time we turn around, everywhere we go, everywhere we look, everything we watch, everything we hear. It's all gonna come back and haunt us, and that's what it did. So throughout this year, 2020 was a mirror, and it's showing us the ugliness that we've created. And the vaccine, some people started experiencing the vaccine. At first, it was normal, but unfortunately, it got worse for some people based on effects such as migraine headaches and like the weakness of your legs. I mean, you're feeling weak, body's getting weak, and you're getting tired, and you're not in a good mood. And what makes matters worse? Death. I'm starting to think that throughout this whole year, we have been rushing for the vaccine. We've been hoping and praying, and which it did come to life. It came to reality, but it started off slow. You know why? Because we didn't find out how to get the 100% cure to get rid of this madness. We never thought that we see the day that we get to vote. We never thought we see the day that we go to school virtually or stay at home like homeschool. But even when we had to quarantine for our friends and families were tested positive, half of my family members were tested positive. I was disappointed why I didn't go. I couldn't work. I was out of school and out of work for 2 weeks straight. But I had to stay alive. I had to keep it going. My education, and even though one of my sisters told me, and I remember when she told me, "Look, Taylor, since there's nothing else to do, you might as well accept the fact as if you're living with it." But unfortunately, I told her like this: the only thing I'm not gonna do is lie. I don't want to lie about being positive. I want to stay negative. Now, I haven't got contacted yet, and I plan not to because I'm still trying to keep myself safe out of harm's way. I wash my hands. Touch your face. Wash your hands. Will you wash your hands? Bismillah. No, we will not wash our hands. Wash your hands. I remember that parody. The C word rhapsody. And we know what the C word stands for. But nowadays, we just gotta stop thinking about it. And do what? What do we have to do? I'm sorry. Every time you see me do this, it's like I can't touch my face with my hands. I'm trying not to. But for crying out loud, man. Do you know what it'd be like if it's all over, we can scratch our face again, like when we get itchy, you know? I'd rather see the whole world, the US of A and the other countries, back to normal. Normality. Back to when we have to go to parties. Back to when we go swimming or skating or bowling. Back to when we go to support every basketball team we can, from high school to college, junior high as well. And that includes the professionals. You know? What happened? Why do we have to suffer the consequences? Why do we not care about the rules? And that's like what leads to a bad reflection. I've been reflecting on the hard times that we've been facing for multiple months. The best is yet to come to some people, but the worst is here, right now. We never thought we hear some celebrities that we used to watch and admire and legends go go to the promised land, or and some had to go to the devil's playground, as in they all died. We never thought we hear the death of the original James Bond 007, Mr. Sean Connery, who played Harrison Ford's father on Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. We never thought we hear the death of Alex Trebek from Jeopardy. We never thought that our favorite rappers passed away. For instance, Lexi Alligator, Pop Smoke, Frank the Godson, King Von. And the death of King Von, it really got the game peed off. And the game had the audacity. He was trying to warn us. Y'all young Negroes need to stop flexing. That's how you get killed. As in, stop taking pictures with all them bands, the money. Negroes gonna kill you over it, over money. Rob, rob you for real. And Big L said it best. From Lifestyles of Poor and Dangerous in 1995, Columbia Records. I told him, give up the dough before you get smoked. Oh, you broke? Boom, boom. Now you're dead broke. See what I mean? It happened to Triple X Tentacion. And now, 2 years later, King Von. And we never even thought that some of the original MCs passed on. Young and old, they passed on. FBG Duck. Who else? Oh, believe it or not, Big George Floyd. The same George Floyd that was nailed to death by a policeman. He rapped with DJ Screw and the Screwed Up Clique. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Also, MO3, he's gone. Tweety Bird Loke, who was an affiliate or associate with the Bloods and Crips back when they were banging on wax in the 90s. He gone. We never thought that we hear the death of the Black Mamba and Gigi, known to y'all as Kobe and Gianna Bryant, which led to Alicia Keys and Boyz II Men singing "It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday." and to start off the Grammys of 2020. And it's like, it's hard to say goodbye to a legend who had two NBA jerseys retired from the same team he played for 20 seasons, 20 years in the NBA, from high school to. Oh, man. Not only that, we lost a legend, an African legend, a jazz legend, Mr. Manu Dibonga. And for those that don't know who he is, you need to check out his classic song, The Soul Makossa. You know, the Mama say, Mama saw, Mama Makossa, Mama say, Mama saw, Mama Makossa. Do 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 do. Hey, so Makossa. Do 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 do. For those that did not know that, check it out. This was way before Michael Jackson did the chant Mama say Mama sa Mama kosa, Mama say Mama sa Mama kosa, for if you want to be starting something. Man, he's gone. And of course, remember Herman Cain, the African American politician, or the pizza guy? He's gone. And I didn't even know that. Not only he, but who else is gone? Oh man. Who else? Oh yes. Sam Lloyd. For he was a the funniest character. He had a funny character from the TV show Scrubs, and he was also the same guy who played the coach, one of the coaches from the movie Flubber. The blue team coach, yeah, from Flubber. But he was in an a cappella group called the Blanks. And what's funny, his a cappella group appeared on Scrubs. And in the series finale, they did their version of I can't do this all on my own. No, I'm no Superman. I'm no Superman. He's gone. And you know what's real funny? When school was coming to an end for me back in the spring, that exact week from the May the 8th. Wait, was it the 8th? Okay, let me get this right. Okay. January started on Wednesday. Friday ended January. Saturday ended February. Tuesday ended March. Thursday ended April. Yeah, from the 8th through the 10th of May, 3 African American deaths, one day after another after another. We lost Little Richard. Tutti Frutti, oh Rudy, woo! Yeah, we lost Little Richard. Then we lost Andre Harrell, who started off as a rapper from the 80s rap group Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, in which he was Dr. Jekyll. And they were known for the Genius Rap and Fast Life. But then all of a sudden, after they broke up, he was well known as an entrepreneur. Matter of fact, he was well known for creating Uptown Records that started off Heavy D and the Boys, Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, Finesse Quest, Groove Be Chill, Father MC, who else? Jeff Red, Guy, I'll Be Sure, and I didn't know he was with Uptown, although he was with Warner Brothers. but he was with Uptown Records. I just didn't know that. So so many talents from Uptown Records and got the start. And even Puffy got his start because he worked with Andre Harrell. So things changed. And of course, who would ever forget about Miss Tonight is the Night? Tonight is the night. Or better yet, Clean Up Woman, Miss Betty Wright. She's gone too. And yet, you think that was tough? It was tough for Allen Iverson because he went to the funeral of his college coach, John Thompson. The Georgia Hoyas is not the same without John Thompson. Just like the Boston Celtics is not the same without the legendary K.C. Jones. And he passed recently. K.C. Jones, that used to play with Bill Russell and Bob Cousy in the 50s and 60s and with the Boston Celtics. Man. Crazy, right? An NBA legend from the 60s has passed away. A black man. A Celtics man himself. Man. So many deaths. And what really hit me close to home is that October, as I recall, I did a cover of BB Winans' Did You Know That You Were This to Me for Carolyn Avery Hudson. That Sunday, when my mama asked for prayers, she broke down and cried. She was heartbroken because Miss Carolyn Avery Hudson, she used to work at Jackson State Community College. Matter of fact, I remember saying that I attended, after I graduated Jackson State Community College, Miss Carolyn retired from working there. And this was like 4 years ago when she retired. So for a couple of years, she helped me and my family do W-2s. And for her to pass away in October, that hit close to home to me. And then, here we go again. Somebody else that I knew from Jackson State Community College died. My own mentor, in which I gave a Sweet Lady of the Week dedication. Shout out to her. My mama told me the news when I came home from work on December 16th. And I was disappointed. 1 week later, my mama, she was really hurt. She even shed tears. And that was Laurel Fuller that I'm talking about. And she was buried, but her funeral service was gravesite. Like, they didn't do much. Meanwhile, my cousin Sashel, she had a friend named Cassandra. Was that her name? Cassandra Anders, yes. Cassie. I can't believe that Cassie was gone. My mama told me the news same time she told me Miss Laurel passed away. So a lot of death has hit close to home for me for a short period of time. And I was a pallbearer for Sister Mary Clark on a Tuesday. I'd never been a pallbearer since my grandma Dolores Brannick died. 9 years. So many changes, so many deaths, so many bad reflections. Whatever happened to the good reflections of this year? Like, what good came out of this year while we were stuck in the pandemic, while we were stuck with police brutality and peace protesting? What happened? Where was the goodness? Besides the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs won a title for so long, followed by the Lakers tying for the most NBA titles in the NBA history, along with the Boston Celtics. 17. Rajon Rondo won as a Celtic. Excuse me. Rajon Rondo won as a Celtic, but now he won as a Laker. Crazy. And they were rivals. The Lakers and the Celtics. Bob Cousy versus Elgin Baylor. Bill Russell versus Wilt Chamberlain. Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson. Kobe Bryant versus Paul Pierce. Man, it's crazy. Not only that, LA had to celebrate twice. Why is that? Because the LA Dodgers won the World Series. The Lakers won the NBA championship, the NBA Finals. LA Dodgers won the World Series. Kansas City is saying hallelujah because they won Super Bowl 54. Who's going to be the champs of Super Bowl 55? That's for next year, but until then I have to wait. Man. Speaking of which, what about hockey? Who won hockey? St. Louis Blues, I think. Let me check. And if I'm correct, then I know what I meant. Stanley Cup 2020. Hold up. Oh no. It was the Tampa Bay Lightning. My bad. I think last year was the St. Louis Blues. So who knows? It was Tampa Bay Lightning. The same as in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because they're in Tampa Bay. But just hear me out, guys. With all the jokes and the bad things aside, I never thought that I'd see myself getting closer to see the year coming to an end. 2020 is dying, and every year we live through is dying. So, what do you expect? I expect that this whole world, this so-called pandemic, dies down. But how are we going to do it? I mean, a lot of people are already suffering from the vaccine that they got. And some people are still against it. My mom is rebelling against it. Because the doctors sometimes don't know what they're doing. They're rushing. That's the problem. You got to stop rushing. And it's like, in the words of the late Michael Jackson, all I understand is that they don't really care about us. That's what some people are thinking. Well, why not think about survival? Why not think about getting a mask mandate? Why not take these mask and washing hands things seriously? And why not turn the frown upside down and try to do something for others? Try to have a good time. Try to make a brand new year better than before, as long as we are getting rid of all this hatred. No more F the police. No more I hate you. I hate you too. No more whodunits. No more it wasn't me's. No more lies. And no more hatred. You know, that's what everybody wants for the new year. Like a New Year's resolution, there will be a good one. If I had to make a New Year's resolution, I would say this. For the new year, I want to be less self centered, less judgmental, less annoyed, and less overly dramatic over the things that I've done throughout my life. I want to get the past out of my life and focus on brighter days ahead. Even when it means to get rid of some pounds. Brush your teeth more often, even at nighttime. Even floss, even before you go to your next dental appointment. Or donate blood. But before you even do that, you have got to eat. And I made that mistake. And I didn't even take it. For shame on me. But what do I expect for 2021? To have better reflections. So consider this as a reflection of this year, 2020. As the year is dying down, we only got one more day to live through. And when you even think about watching Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, even though it's probably going to be virtual, I don't know if it's going to be like that. I have never counted down to when the ball drops. But since I don't have an old year out, new year in to attend for church activities because of this, I might give myself a chance to count down the ball of 2021 for better, not for worse. And if you feel that way, why not just like, comment, share, and subscribe? Because I'm trying to keep it real. I'm ready for 2021. Are you? I mean, there's nothing left to live for. Nothing left to cry over. Let 2020 die down and focus on 2021. Education-wise, spiritual, all that in a bag of chips. As long as we do not let them mold. Because we got to eat them all before it gets out of hand. And that was the one thing that we failed to do throughout this year. But with all that being said, thanks again for watching another episode of Cold Man's Winter. And this episode has been brought to you by Sweet Lady of the Week. And for this episode, this goes out to Missy Stewart. Missy, if you're watching this, just know, last season I did an episode and dedicated to Olympia. So I decided to do the shout out, give a shout out to you, where credit is due. And with all that being said, don't remember, Cold Man's Winter episode 1, season 2, episode 1 will be in the link in the description down below. And with all that being said, it's yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out.